Good morning. Excuse me. Good morning, folks. um, it's Monday, June 27th, 2016, 8:52 a.m. 8:53 a.m. All right. Three is about people meeting together, coming together, being together. 5, movement, and 8 is information, data, knowledge. So it's people coming together fast and physically, movement to get knowledge. You all learning. It's about people coming together and learning who they are, but it's almost like you all are running, doing it. 5 has to do with speed, and usually actual physical movement, which when you awaken, you buy books and stuff and everything, trying to find out what's going on. Go drive down to the crystal store, start feeling stones. This is all very important stuff. The stone energy, the part of your kundalini, or the core, dual spirit core energy, as I call it. I call things simply what they are. That slightly smaller piece, about 40% of your body, that spirit really attaches to the energy that comes from stones. That part of your dual core spirit is literally originally came from Gaia, which is mostly female, and it's also mostly it's all planetary essence. It's used to holding on to the physical mass of the planet. It lives in it. I mean, it used to live in it. It doesn't anymore. It was separated, but it has an attachment to grab it, hold on to it. It can't get in there anymore, but it wants to. That's why when you die, there's part of you just holding on real hard, and the rest of you's ready to take off. And it's when you look at that, those of you that are already sensitive, strong heart energy, you can see and feel a struggle. Well, that's what it is. There's the struggle, folks. And now that you know that, those of you that can feel it, you'll start looking a little closer at it, and all you're going to do is find out that the old man in overalls was right. Sometimes the janitor actually knows something. So that's what I want to talk about for a moment. Is that part of the body's energy? It's a separate part of you. It doesn't bond with the other part of your spirit. You're two different beings. That's why the Kundalini talked about the two snakes that coil up and down the spine. Well, they're stuck in a body. They work together, but they never come together. Okay, it's like water and vinegar, water and oil, whatever. You can shake them up where they're close little droplets, but they don't ever blend together. That's the idea. They're different, energies, so they won't. It has a mind of its own. It's usually in the left-hand side of your brain. Okay? There's people out there that say, I can remove your chakras. Oh, really? That's like an idiot going into a river where there's a whirlpool and saying, watch this, putting their hands in and go, whoosh, I stole the whirlpool, I removed the whirlpool. And they look down, if they can see, and if they're not wearing a bucket over the head, which they probably are anyway, there's the water still moving around. Wow. And then they say, if I have to, I'll go in and I'll remove your whole Kundalini. Really? Talk about trying to play quote-unquote God? Folks, without that spirit in the body goes like this, poof, dead. There's been people that I've talked to who said, Jay, when he did something, I felt something. I said, yeah, what did you feel? This was years ago. What do you feel? And he goes, well, I just felt something. I said, yeah, you felt your primary archangel messing with you. The job that the primary angels were given was to mess with you. That was their job. If it was time to keep you alive, it would keep you alive. You would have a head-on collision with something, and literally time could be moved. You'll be controlled to draw, to get out of the way. Both of you will be, because remember, everyone used to run around with angels attached to them. Everyone you see walking around had angels attached to them, going right through the crowd. They're driving you. They were. They're not anymore, and the few that are left are really cool. It's only a few problematic ones that are left anymore. But you all don't have those angels on you anymore. So anyway, and they, angels are strong. They couldn't do it. They don't have the power to do that. When you pull that energy out of a body, it's gone. The body just dies. Okay. Now there's new lives coming in physical bodies that don't have the planetary energy in there. They need a rest, number one. Number two, there's no need for them to be in the body. It makes you want to stay in the body too much. And three, you have new lives coming where you're going to be able to relax and flow out of your body if you really feel you need to. I told you all, big changes coming. You're going to love it. Okay, before I get out of here, now that I have a schedule that I've been afforded, will it be rigid? Never is. It can't be. The future's always changing, but parts of it are rigid. I have to hurry up and get some stuff out. I'm talking about stuff I need to leave you with, but it's me outside of the body talking into my body doing this. This is getting kind of weird for me as far as different. That's why it's like Paul Bergeau kept looking at me. This is a while ago. And said, Jay, is your energy's being pulled out of your body. I said, I know, it's weird as hell, And sometimes when that happens, wow, thanks. Sometimes when that happens, it's I know it's weird as hell. It's weird as hell. Okay, stop. Anyway, it is they want. I'm being asked to tell you that that won't happen to you. I'm different, okay? No better than nothing else. I've stated that time and time again for a reason. It's true. But I am different, okay? Look at what I can do while I'm stuck in a body, okay? And if this was about me, folks, I'd have a very expensive house. I'd have nice vehicles. Got a tranny and a rear end wanting to go out in my truck now. It doesn't matter. It's done its work. It'll still be here and be fine when I'm done. But it's and why? But anyway, because of what I am, I literally have to. That part of me has to be pulled out, folks. There's no way any of you could fit in your body. Please understand, what I am inside is really big. Okay, I've told you that. A lot of you coming to me, if we put your body in the middle of the U.S. and your energy is touching both. Your energy is touching both shores, the Atlantic and Pacific. I'm nowhere near this planet. Okay, just saying. Because of what I am, because of because what I was made to be is what I'm trying to say. Because of what I was made to do, how to function the way I was made by the original first being in the very beginning. And then all these lives I've had, I've gotten really big, really strong. Causes a lot of problems and issues. But one thing it does is build up a massive energy field. Okay. So because of what I am, being full source and that strong, I can do stuff outside of my body, and I'm working stuff to get me out of it. To finally, there's still me inside the body, but to get more of me out so I can make a soft transition out of here. That's not the kind of thing you'll ever have to deal with. Now I know why they were getting so excited about that, for me to state that. Otherwise, that would be misleading information for you. It's just like all the stuff that attacks me, that has been attacking me all the time. There's still stuff trying to run me. They try to beat me up and they say, good, he took this, now hit him twice as hard, and we're going to finally control him. No, nothing controls me. If my job is to protect, and I'm the last line of defense for that, and I let something control me, then I no longer serve that purpose. I no longer fill that role. I no longer have a purpose. I no longer have honor because I'm giving up what I'm supposed to do. That ain't happening. Never. The other side found out years ago that if necessary, I would do whatever it took to get out of this body, to go home and deal with stuff where I can, where I'm my full self. The original first being male and female found that out, and they said, okay, we got to back off of him and we got to quit hurting these animals because this guy's going to come home and kill us. Okay, don't need to talk about that much. Anyway, I'm just different. I was made to be different. That's all. It's my job to take care of things. I got a big mop, whatever. That's not important. But what is important is for you to understand more about who you are inside. Let's look at this. How the heck does spirit get in the body? Now, I've put out videos and all this stuff on this before, but when the nuts went crazy, and they're all in the process of getting ready to pay or haven't paid now, like I said, karma's rough. And you'll never believe people are having to pay now the bill for karma. You'll never believe who's behind the cash register. But it's got to be somehow that a soul or other form of spirit is put in the body. How does it happen? How the heck does that happen? Let's see. When a baby's born, as soon as it comes out, the reason why it really cries is because it gets a shot in the butt, and it's actually a soul being injected into the baby. Yeah, that's not it. I've talked about this. It's simple. A male and female sperm and egg get together, create a embryo. That embryo has the sperm and the male and female that gave the sperm and the egg. They literally have spirit within them, a dual core spirit. Okay, a dual spirit core. Sorry. And they get together and then create the embryo. And this embryo has the energy of the planet. It does not have any spirit, any other spirit added to it yet. So it has, it's got Gaia's energy in it. Okay, so part of Gaia's part of the spirit that Gaia released a long time ago, all of a sudden is put inside the embryo. It starts growing with it. Now, when it gets to the point where that embryo has like a focal point where the energy in it starts to coagulate for thought process, the brain, then source energy, it has to be source, will take a wall of source energy, go up to the head, and push all that energy from Gaia, that spirit, to the left side of the brain. Leaves this barrier right here. This barrier right here leaves that. So you have that wall, and then takes the visiting spirit, the one that just paid for the lease on the vehicle, puts it in on the right hand side. This is going to look backwards because it's on the video, and then closes it up in that brain, and then closes the whole body with just a soft film of the source energy. And then as the body starts to grow a little bigger, that energy around the body, that source, it just starts going around to the top and goes right back into that barrier. That separates the two energies inside the brain, so it's harder for the two parts of you to communicate. Otherwise, you start knowing right away there's two parts to you. And as soon as that happens, you start awakening to other things, and you start becoming, more your real self. That's why December 21st, 2012 was about me coming back in body and literally ripping out that barrier as much as possible. But it's supposed to be just a little bit, so you could just have the two parts of your brain talk enough together where they could see that there's actually a mother, father, God. Okay, well, didn't go that route. Okay, what I am, different ideas. So anyway, that's how that went. But that's how the energy gets in. That's how the two forms of spirit gets in there. Then it goes straight right into the where the barrier is. That's right over the top of the brain. It goes through the head, through the two cores of the brain, the two sides of the brain, excuse me, and then goes right down the core into the middle of it. The two of them come together like this and go in. It's almost like an inverted waterfall kind of thing. It's like a vortex. It's kind of weird. Goes in and then goes out, then towards your base chakra, opens up and goes up again. Almost like a fluted trumpet kind of thing, but it's a little more rounded. It's kind of. I wish I would have had someone I could work with to do graphic stuff or animation, video, something of some sort to help, but that wasn't possible. Anyway, so that's how it gets in there, and that's what 2012 was about. December 21st, 2012. Is that barrier coming loose and people starting to see, oh wow, there's more going on, but not to be able to see everything. Again, everything had to be controlled. There needs to be some controls in all life, which means nothing is allowed to go running around killing stuff, abusing stuff. Something has to stop that. But whatever stops that has to not want stuff for itself. If it did, then what do you have? It's like you get rid of one king to get another king. So, anyway, that's how the spirit gets put in the body. And as time goes on, and that energy field around the rest of the body starts coming off, because the energy flow going up and down the core becomes settled. It starts settling in. And as it does, then what happens? It comes out, that energy that was around the outside, it goes into the core and starts solidifying the core, solidifying that wall in a core that separates the two minds even more. The more someone grows up as a child, the less they start seeing. That's because the wall starts hardening. Things are as simple as overalls, folks. Overall, things are simple? Okay. That's weird. Anyway, I'm going to go more into depth in that later. Okay, but I want to get that out. The more you know about yourself, or the more I tell you about yourself, as you become stronger, you can see for yourself it's true. And then what do you have? Your own truth, your own understanding, another notch in your belt of wisdom. It's good stuff. Folks, I love you, man. Have a good one.